Greetings everyone. Today I am starting with that footing the inspector asked if I could dig out a little bit. I tested a couple of spots and it seems to dig fairly easy, so this was the footing that the inspector asked I cleaned out or dig down a little bit. My guess is it must have been mud that slid down from outside or runoff from this flat spot here, went in and kind of filled it up. So I'm going to work on cleaning that out while it's nice and cool this morning. That might be a good shot of how much I've dug down. About 2 inches. You can see it piled up on the back side of the stake. Everything's looking pretty good on the outside. So I just need to go back inside the form and clean up the pile that I had left in there. All right, we're going to call that a win now. I think we're back down to the right depth. So the inspector would probably be happy with that. And while I'm talking about the inspectors, I just want to shout out, say thank you to the building department in El Dorado County. I know a lot of times people bash inspectors in the building department, but my project has been very smooth. The plan check went through in very quickly, considering what I've heard other folks having to go through, which was a very long time. Mine only took 8 weeks from time I dropped the plans at the county to the time I got my permit. So the inspector that was out the other day was very thorough, very professional, and I don't want to mention any names because I didn't get permission, but I'll just say she was very thorough, and I appreciate the fact that she trusted me to clean out this ditch, and she suggested that I put sand in with the electrical, which I did. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. And now on to putting sand in the electrical trenches for the outdoor living in the back. I want to demonstrate the 250-12 compactor that I've been using here for the ditch. And what is the 250-12 compactor, you ask? That's my 250 pounds with a size 12 compacting the sand. So I do rent out the 250-12 compactor, but it ain't cheap. So Carrie is here now.
Yeah.
And she is setting all of the J-bolt / anchor bolts, whatever you want to call them, at 3 inches off the top of the cement foundation. So I made a little template that's 3 inches high, and she just has to run the bolt up to the board. And then what we're doing is she's adding masking tape over the threads of the bolt. So when we pour cement, the threads don't get full of cement, because then you got to go around with a wire brush and clean every single one of those so you can thread the nut or put the washer on, then thread the nut. And then the other thing we're doing, or she's doing, is covering up these screws here so they don't get full of cement, and they'll be easier to pull out after, in case some cement gets splattered during the process. So only 177 of those to do, I think.
I just want to make it clear that Scott told me to screw them up. So it's official.
You have my permission.
I have to screw this up. I'm going to do my best. I'll see you in a while.
We are all done setting the anchor bolts and covering up any of the screws that we might be pulling out the day we pour the cement. Gary got all that done, and not much left to do. I'm just waiting on the electrical warning tape for the buried underground conduit to put in the trenches. That should either be here today or tomorrow. And then once I get that in and backfill the trenches, we are ready for cement.
He's gonna say we're done. We're not done. There's always something else to do. Some other little menial thing that has to be finished before we can actually pour cement. We're done. Sure, just like, it's only a quarter mile more, honey. Only a quarter mile. 3 hours later. It's only a quarter mile. Okay. I want to know what's next.
With that, we are ready to call it a day. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.